Tonight's headlines are brought to you in part by Coldwell Energy and McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Limis. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Candidates for governor have different views on Medicaid funding. Also tonight, the elected Attorney General is hoping to be elected again. Will anyone stand in his way? And transportation has a brand new office space to direct traffic from. In sports, the Beer Mile starts at Beer 30 on Friday, and the results are blurry. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
Sipping on a delicious drink from McDonald's may have you thinking, what makes these drinks just hit different? Don't overthink it. Just enjoy it. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
Cool off this summer with McDonald's Minute Maid Slushies. Try the new Tropical Mango or returning favorite, Strawberry Watermelon, for a limited time.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Half a day to the WAMI and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Monday, August 8th, 2022. Medicaid funding is one of the hot button issues between the candidates for governor. Let's take a look.
Well, you know, it's unfortunate that we have elected officials who go on social media, on other platforms to not just misinform the community, but stir up uncertainty to our own people. Medicaid was never in jeopardy. Medicaid has always been taken care of, not just what we offer, but we actually contribute more. In no way were we ever been short. And so we've always taken care of our recipients.
According to Governor Ralph Torres, the funding for the CNMI's Medicaid program is up to date and wasn't going to be underfunded at all. The governor spoke with media partners this afternoon to address the issue after hearing concerns from elected officials.
And so again, there is no shortfall, $5 million. We will continue to make our ends meet, and that's where it's at. I suggest that any elected official who go out and say things, please do your homework, because it's an embarrassment and an insult to the institution who's worked so hard protecting our people, and you have elected official going out and misinforming the community.
During a Health and Welfare Committee, Representative Tina Sablon raised the concern regarding funding for the Medicaid program. Governor Torres addresses that issue.
The question that was asked during the hearing was, what if the administration does not give the $5 million? Well, obviously, if we don't give, then we return the $28 million. But the question was never asked, or are we short $5 million? So we know that no matter whatever funding grant that we have, if you don't come up with your end so on your matching, then it gets returned. So again, if there is misunderstanding, I want to let the community know through the right sources here that Medicaid is not short in any way, and that we will make sure, again, as always, that the recipients will continue to get the services they have and they need, and the $5 million will be provided and has been provided, and we will not be returning any $28 million.
KSPN reached out to Representative Tina Sablon for her comment, who states that after learning about the issue, she reached out to Finance Secretary David Attilig and then wrote a letter to Governor Torres expressing the need for the funding.
After the hearing, I reached out to the Secretary of Finance again and requested a meeting so that we could resolve the problem. We recognize the urgency of finding the $5 million that was needed so that the CNMI did not lose out on $28 million in federal funds for Medicaid. And I didn't get a response from the Secretary of Finance. And then the Ways and Means Chairman, Rep. Donald Maglonia, and I agreed to write a letter to the governor, and that's what we did.
Sablon further states the bigger issue is the delay of confirmation.
I think that perhaps one of the bigger issues that we haven't even talked about was the lack of urgency in addressing this issue that we've been aware of for months now, right? And, that Medicaid First became aware of this new rule that the U.S. Treasury Department issued that said we couldn't use ARPA funds. I think that was back in March. They communicated their concerns in May, and I asked about it in June, and when July rolls around, and finally in August, right, we get confirmation that the funds have been transferred. Like, why did it have to take so long, just a few weeks before the end of the fiscal year, for this money that we knew was desperately needed to finally get transferred?
Casino officials say they are not giving up hope on the NMI's gaming industry. While the matter with Imperial Pacific lies with the hands in the court, they say they continue to look forward. Imperial Pacific International has informed both the federal court and the Commonwealth Casino Commission of current negotiations with outside investors to pay off their debt and resume casino operation. IPI's temporary restraining order and preliminary injunction against CCC remains in effect, preventing the commissioners from commenting further on the matter.
We are the tribunal. We are the judges on this matter. So CCC commissioners cannot get involved on any financing institution. Our mandate is that whoever receives the license ought to be financially suitable. If they are not financially suitable, then they should not be hanging on to the license. Whether they get money from certain groups or certain institutions, that is their prerogative, but they have a lot of obligations that they need to take care of.
De Leon Guerrero does believe that once the TRO is lifted by the federal court, the matter and fate of IPI will be returned to CCC.
If it does come back, then the CCC would have to reschedule another evidentiary hearing. And we go back to where we started, and that was 5 complaints, all seeking revocation. But due process is are meticulously being followed. We have the Attorney General's office that are providing legal guidance to the Commission, and we are following those guidance.
In its court filings, IPI has stated they are to receive $150 million financing that will allow them to pay off its debt to the CNMI government and its vendors.
Obviously, we're all interested to see this thing work out. Not everything in life has to be resolved in court. So if there's a way to settle, save the industry, have them pay their obligations, that would be, in my opinion, a preferred route. No one is interested to simply revoke. But we are proceeding because we are the regulatory agency. We're proceeding as is called for by the law.
De Leon Guerrero also remains hopeful for the gaming industry to thrive in the Commonwealth.
If they do not step forward and take care of their obligation, then the director of CCC is seeking revocation, and the Casino Commission does have the authority to revoke. Now, keep in mind that once it's revoked, the CCC has the authority under Public Law 21-38 to issue a new license. So it's not like game over. It's just that, if things don't work with IPI, we can still figure out a way to make gaming industry a viable industry here in the Commonwealth.
This November, voters will decide who will lead and represent the Commonwealth for the next 4 years. Will the current Attorney General run unopposed? Attorney General Edward Manibusan filed his petition and documents with the Commonwealth Election Commission this morning, making his candidacy official. Manibusan is seeking another term as the NMI's Attorney General.
Oh, well, there are so many things that needs to be done. We continue to do the work that's entrusted by the people to the office. And so we're trying to do our best to provide the best legal services to the Commonwealth and most importantly to the executive branch and public corporations. So I'm here to try for the next 4 years, and if re-elected, I will do my best.
The Attorney General is the top legal officer of the Commonwealth, offering legal advice to all government agencies and public corporations and prosecuting those who violate the law.
My initiatives have been very consistent for the last 7.5 years, and in the next few days I will issue my report to the people of the Commonwealth who set out the initiatives.
Manibusan assumed office in 2015 and hopes for another term in public service.
The bottom line is that we need to continue to do the work that the people has entrusted the office, and with that framework, I think it's important that we continue to strive towards making sure that we provide the legal services to the people in the Commonwealth.
According to CEC's Executive Director, Kayla Igito, Manibusan is the only candidate on the ballot for AG so far. The last day to file petitions is this Wednesday, August 10. All right, coming up, we check out CODA's new home. Stay tuned.
All workers have the right to a safe workplace. Employers must provide a workplace that is free from recognized hazards and comply with applicable OSHA standards, including proper reporting of injuries. Training needs to be done in a language and vocabulary employees can understand, and an OSHA information poster must be displayed prominently in the workplace. Workers, you have the right to raise a safety or health concern with your employer or OSHA without being retaliated against, and request an OSHA consultation of your workplace if you believe there are unsafe or unhealthy conditions. OSHA can help. Free assistance to identify and correct hazards is available to small and medium-sized employers without citation or penalty. So look out, speak up, and stay safe. Job safety and health, it's not only good practice, it's the law. Check out OSHA.gov or call 664-3154 or 3155.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. The Transit Authority has new digs in Lower Base. Let's take a look at highlights from this morning's gathering.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
The Commonwealth Transit Authority, along with government officials, gathered at their newly built home in Lower Base for a ribbon-cutting ceremony, officially opening their doors to the public and providing more transportation services. Special Assistant for Public Transportation Alfreda Camacho states plans for the building began in 2015 through a $1.1 million federal competitive grant. But after the A&E design, it was revealed that there was a shortfall of $3.2 million.
The only other way was to try and go after another FTA competitive grant, and we did just that. Through the Federal Transit Administration's Bus and Bus Facilities Program, COTA applied for this grant opportunity, and in September 2018 was awarded the shortfall needed to fully complete this project. It has definitely not been smooth sailing to get to where we are today, but with determination and faith, this day could not be more than close to perfect.
The construction of COTA's administrative building and maintenance facility was made possible by the GHD Inc. and R&V Construction. The site includes a paved parking, perimeter and security lighting, a bus wash pad, and security fencing. Because the building is located in a flood-prone area, the floorings have been adjusted as well. The building itself includes a conference room, library, lounge, and maintenance facility. Ray Tellis, who is the Region 9 Administrator under the U.S. Department of Transportation, was present as well in today's ceremony for his congratulatory remarks.
Today marks a special occasion for everyone here in the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, the territories in themselves, the FTA, the Federal Administration, DOT, and certainly all of the public transportation that takes place here in the Pacific region. It is needed, there is no doubt, and so this is just a contributor, this and the vehicles and all of the service that public transportation provides.
Governor Torres states his administration continues to support and provide public service and infrastructure to the CNMI.
This is a standard that we are having to build here in the CNMI. This is a standard that you're going to see in the next several months and even years, because this is the standard that the CNMI needs to continue to grow.
The Marianas Visitors Authority invites community members to a cultural experience on Tuesdays and Thursdays. MVA, along with the Carolinian Affairs and Indigenous Affairs Office, introduces the Half-a-Day Tiro Cultural Experience that will be held every Tuesdays and Thursdays at the CAO grounds in Garapan. Coconut hats, fresh fried fish, and traditional dances are all a part of this event. Local musicians perform and entertain tourists and residents each night. Small business entrepreneurs under the Project Lifang are also there to sell local products. Check out another night of the Half-a-Day Tiro tomorrow, the grand opening, August 9 at 5 p.m. All right, folks, don't go anywhere because we have sports up next.
Opioids are commonly prescribed drugs. They can help ease short-term pain after surgery, an accident, or illness. Common brand names include Vicodin, Demerol, OxyContin, and Percocet. Opioids can be very addictive, and they can actually change how your brain works.
Opioid misuse can lead to death.
If you are prescribed an opioid medication, talk to your doctor. Always take exactly as directed, never take higher doses, keep your medication secure, and safely dispose of unused or expired medication. It only takes a little to lose a lot.
This project was supported by a grant from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation. Contents are solely the responsibility of CHCC and do not necessarily represent the official views of the CDC or the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They are an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans.
And for the KSPN Sports Report, Run Saipan hosted its very first inaugural Beer Mile race over the weekend, with about 100 runners who enjoy a sip here and a run there. What better way to start your weekend than joining in on Saipan's first ever Beer Mile race? KSPN and about 100 runners over the age of 21, of course, head over to the grounds of Saipan, Vegas to check out this entertaining sporting event.
Good job. One break. Here we go, Mr. John Madley. Good job. Okay, so make sure you guys go to Mr. Joe Villacruz's here when you know you're going to finish your lap so we get your time properly. Understood? So women, no hair pulling, no tripping, no punching below the belt. You don't knock someone else's beer can over. Oh, they're cheering. Wow. Men didn't do that. Go, Heather! Go, Robin! Woo!
Ron Snyder is one of the organizers of this event, who states the Beer Mile is a way to get people moving.
Really, our mission is to get people moving, and so anything we can do to get people moving is a plus. So whether it's the adrenaline junkies with the Dash and Splash, or whether it's somebody who likes to drink beer and we get them moving through the Beer Mile, that is great. So this is a win for us if we can get people moving that way.
Run Saipen's Ed De La Cruz, proud of the success of this event.
So the turnout was absolutely amazing. As of Monday, we only had 50 runners. We capped it at 99. As of Thursday, 5 p.m., we knocked out that goal with 95 out of 99 runners. So I'm really happy with how much support we got from the public to publish the first ever Beer Mile race in the CNMI.
Marpac is one of the major sponsors for this race and is looking forward to many more beers to come.
I got confirmation from Miss Heather from Marpac. This is an inaugural event, so I cannot wait to see every single runner that participated here and those about to turn 21 to participate next year for the 2023.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
And for the KSPN weather report, partly cloudy with scattered thunderstorms around 7 p.m. this evening. High 86, low 78. The winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with an expected thunderstorm in the p.m. Low tide will be at 2:39 p.m. High tide 8:01 p.m. Sunrise 6:18 p.m. and the sunset 7:09 p.m. All right, folks, there you have it. That is your news, sports, and weather for your Monday edition of the KSPN News. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you back here on Wednesday.